So as I mentioned, I'm taking my biochemistry lab this quarter. It's a 6-unit course, 10 hours of lab a week. It's huge. It's actually been really fun. I've got to learn a lot of different scientific ways to do different things, especially with enzymes and DNA and things like that, and it's really cool. But I wanted to tell you about this one little experiment that we did where we took our own DNA using cheek cells, and we got out the DNA and we used special copying enzymes in order to copy out this one specific gene out of our genome called LDH, or lactate dehydrogenase gene. That's the enzyme that the gene encodes for. And it's a very common enzyme, and it's used in muscle tissues. And so what we did is we took those cells and we got out the DNA, and we used a special process called PCR to replicate the DNA just hundreds of millions of times. And we took it and we purified it, and we did all these really cool things with it. But one thing that I want to share with you is that we know the sequence of the gene approximately for all humans, and it's approximately the same. So what we did is we took the gene for each individual person in the class, and we exposed it to 5 cutting enzymes, where it would cut it in half at a very specific known point. And if anyone had a mutation at that one point where the gene sequence got a little bit changed, but the enzyme was still functional, then it wouldn't cut, and it would just leave one band when we did a assay of it. If it was normal, it got 2 bands because it was cut in half, and if it wasn't, then it got 1 band. Apparently, I'm not a freak. I have all 5 cutting sites were there. I have a little picture thing here, and I don't know how well you can see it, but what it is there's 5 cutting sites where it's kind of hard to see. I know it's a little bit dark, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this 5th one is really dim, I'm sorry, but there's 2 bands in each of them. I'm hoping you can see that, and so that means that all of mine were cut properly. I had a friend, though, who I'm going to leave anonymous, of course, who had his, and he gave me a copy of his, and it's, you can't see the 2 cut bands very well, but here his is. It has these 3, the ones that you can see really well, didn't cut, which means that he had mutations in at least those 3 genes. And 3 mutations is actually a really high number, and the gene still functions, because if it didn't function, he never would have lived, because it's a crucial enzyme. So everyone thought that it was kind of funny, because he's a freak. He called himself a mutant ninja turtle. No. That was the science experiment that I wanted to share. I know it's kind of dorky, and I'm sorry if I'm not explaining it too clearly. I'm kind of a spaz. So that was all that is. So I'm going to be taking the summer sessions this quarter, as I mentioned. I'm going to be doing school. I have no job because I couldn't find one. Oh well, I guess I didn't really look that hard. I could have probably looked a little harder, but I did try. And so I'm going to be taking classes. I'm going to be taking a couple days off to go to Jiu-Jitsu Camp Kodokan North. For more information, visit makotokaihealingarts.com/Camp North. And that's going to be really fun. It's going to be held in the Siskiyou Mountains up in Fort Jones. We're going to be leaving early. I'm actually going to be leaving a day early so I can help set things up with my sensei. I'm very excited. Woohoo! That'll be happening on the 23rd of this month. So that weekend, I'm going to be recording the video at camp, and I'm going to be putting it up late. And then if I don't record the video, then you're just going to have to skip out on that week. I'm sorry. So, random moment of the week time. This week, the random moment, I think, was shared by most of California because there was a massive thunderstorm all over California, and it was really strange. And from Davis, we thought that it was just in Sacramento because it was kind of far away, but it actually moved over Davis, and apparently it happened up in Chico, and it happened really down far south too. I don't know, it covered most of the place. At 1 o'clock in the morning, my roommate comes in and tells me to come outside, and it's not raining or anything, it's just random flashes of light are happening every couple of seconds and lighting up the sky because of the electrical activity inside of the clouds. And then I went to bed because I was really tired. But at about 3 o'clock in the morning, there were lightning strikes that actually struck down in Davis in 3 different places, as well as all over the county and all over the state. and 2 people actually died in Sacramento because one, or maybe it was in Sacramento, maybe it was San Diego. I'm not really sure. I'm not that well informed. Are you kidding me? But someone got struck by lightning, instant death, and the other one, it struck like a tree, and then the tree fell over on someone and they died, and that's very sad. We feel very sorry for these people who have lost their lives to electrical activity of nature, but whatever. I guess that's what you get for screwing with Mother Nature. Anyways, I have some clips because I recorded some of the electrical activity and the storms. I'll just show a brief couple seconds of them. Here you go.
Sorry, I had to wake you up for this. That was beautiful.
So that was actually really cool. I stood out there for a while. I took 3 minutes of recording, and then I went to bed because I had class the next day. Of course, the power actually got knocked out and my alarms didn't go off, so I actually missed my lecture, and it was the last lecture of the year. So that was really bad timing, but I went to school anyways. I met up with 2 of my friends. We went over all the notes. We studied for hours. It was great. And I'm done with all my lectures for this year. I'm actually done with 2 of my classes. I only have 2 finals, the biochemistry lab and the molecular genetics. Wish me luck on them. I'm going to be taking them on Monday and Thursday. After Thursday, I'm good. Next Saturday, I'm going to a graduation party for my friend Amy. We're all very excited, and I'll tell you about the graduation party if I record the video after that. I probably won't. I'll probably do it before, but I have no idea. Look at me. Do you really think I know what I'm talking about? I really don't. I'm sorry. It's an illusion. I'll see y'all later.